what's up, everybody? I'm back, okay, with another one, trying to figure it out, all right? Somebody finally let my radio know about the things she's doing and conspiracy theories and all the bullshit that she keep doing, like she down there at that court seeing what's going on from paper and scratch. It's like she really a fan of this man, but she want to take down a black girl in order to be a fan of it. It ain't about black and white. It ain't about because she black. Because if she lied, she lied. If she didn't, she didn't. Oh well. But my thing is, I'm not on either side. I'm just saying, this my radio go ham. This girl was even on live with the workers for lawyers or whatever the hell his name is that be talking about all the celebrity stuff. This is a disgrace. Like she is sick, and it's really somebody really need like she gonna really be sued or something because the way that she go ham, and then it always be conspiracy theories is never the real of what it is, and that is what I believe is a lot to the issue of everything with this, because it's like you assuming, you're not saying, like you've been like vouching for this man and taking Megan down because you vouching for Tory. Okay, if you vouching for Tory, you like Tory, you still see the shit from both ways. Don't just look at the shit one way. It's out of pocket. Let's get into this bullshit.
To you, but I'm glad to have you here. I didn't take it as disrespect. Speak, it gets very aggravating because it just feels like, you purposely.
I feel like it's gonna be glad. I was looking at it before I actually came on the job, but I feel like it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be gladding, basically because whoever screen recorded it from my radio, because she didn't screen record it, but whoever screen recorded it, I guess the thing kept messing up and they kept having to go out and go back in. But we're gonna talk about it and we're gonna stop it and we're gonna say something about it as we going. But this is crazy.
Skate over certain things that are key when it comes to the public having an understanding of certain things that could have taken place when it's about condemning somebody. If Megan had come out of the gate, because this is not about was Megan hurt or not, and no one cares if she was hurt. That wasn't the focus. She never allowed no one.
Check the comments out and then just realize the things that she's saying, that she assuming, and like Tamika Mallory said, you assuming instead of talking about facts. You can't assume things and take somebody down by assuming things instead of talking about facts. I understood everything Tamika Mallory said on here.
Cares if she was hurt? I care. No, I didn't say no one cares. I said this is not about no one caring. I feel like if Megan had allowed that to be the focus, then that's what we would have focused on. Megan came out, and yes, she said that she was hurt, but what she really wanted you to focus on was a claim that she had been hurt by someone in particular. And I was hurt as a victim of a crime committed against me. Your focus immediately shifts to who hurt you. Of course, it's important that you were hurt. But now when you go on campaigns and you go online saying this person did it, and you've given a version of events, we have every right to question that without being accused of victim shaming. Of course, people have been very ugly. But why can't people have questions? Let me just step in and say, I don't mind people having questions, right? That has not been my issue. And I said many times that I think people should debate as much as they want and go back and forth and say what they think and what they don't think and how much they trust or don't believe her and all of that. I don't disagree with that. The reason why it's not so much that I'm skipping over things, it's that the fact that people are saying there's no gun evidence, basically, is not true. And I've seen people say over and over again that there was the gun, there was no prints on the gun, and that's it. And that's actually not accurate. When you say inconclusive, if you're going to be someone who is responsible, then you need to make sure that you inform people on what inconclusive means. And I'm not saying you, I'm saying the people who've been out there saying it. Inconclusive does not mean there's no fingerprints. It means that it can't be determined with 100% certainty, which means that it's still left open about who may or may not have shot the gun. Do you feel like you've participated in condemning him as in? No, I never said he did it. I never you get lumped into people you associate with that have done that. And that's why I said I feel like that's why people throw in the Rock Nation Connect. This has not been about, oh, I was hurt and I'm going to let the criminal justice system figure out how I got hurt. This has been, I got hurt and you did it. And then can I ask you a person that lied multiple times, but we're upset about people calling her a liar? But can I ask you, I didn't say I'm upset about people calling her a liar. In general, of course not. Let me just ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Are you saying that if I was shot and this person, this is who I believe shot me, I shouldn't say that person shot me? If that's what you believe and you know that that's a fact. Not if you but not even about that your back was turned. Not if you're claiming different things at different times. And you have to, if you want to be impartial, I feel like you got to pay attention to everything, not just what she claimed. But understand what I'm saying to you. I'm just saying that I don't take issue with a person saying that this person shot me if that's who they 100% are saying that's the person that shot them. I take issue with us as people who were not there saying that she's absolutely lying. I don't know. I take issue with people feeling like Tory Lanez does not deserve to have a career or anything else based off of what she said. Let me just finish my point. I'm saying that you and what's your name, sis? I know it's not Mob Radio. It's Millie. Yeah, Millie. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me just finish my point, right? If you, Millie, come to me and tell me Gina shot me, right? I have the right to say I don't believe that Gina shot you. I have every right to say I don't know about that. I don't trust it. But what I can't say is that Gina didn't shoot you because the evidence proves that it's somebody else when that's not the facts. But here goes my thing that I think is fair. This is what I'm saying. There was a gun.
Like, as y'all listening, read the damn comments.
A gun went off, and you have somebody in a medical report that says bullet fragments were removed. So, of course, that would lead you to believe that someone was shot. Somebody was harmed by a gun in some form or fashion. That's fine. When you put everything in a pot and you take out what she said, you also have in the medical report her claiming that she injured her foot at the home, that she stepped on glass. You do have a witness that says that there were gunshots fired in the air and shell casings. Just because a gun went off, could it be a coincidence that a gun went off and she was harmed by glass? But because we have the gun in the scenario, that's being used. This whole idea, that don't have to be a fact because she says she stepped on glass. So what we're saying is, she says she stepped on glass. Okay, but a surgeon took fragments of fragments that you can't show or prove in court because they do not. But where are the bullet fragments? But wait, so prove court about what you can prove, not about what you can. Millie, we going with. I'm not emotional about this at all. I'm a passionate speaker.
And you see, and this is why I'm so glad Tamika Mallory is like letting her know, because I feel like I'm not on either side, Tamika or my radio side. I'm just looking at it like somebody finally telling my radio how she going so hard on somebody that she don't even know like that. Like, you don't even know this man like that, but you with his dad. You taking pictures with his dad. You at a hotel with his dad. And you go so hard on Megan over Tory Lanez. If it ain't about Nikki, it's about Tory Lanez. Let's get back to it.
Right. I'm not upset, and I hate I'm just telling you, I'm not emotional about it at all. I'm just dealing with some real, very specific, narrow things. Because where are the bullet fragments so that you can prove because that's what they were pulled out of her? That's what it's gonna come to. But in a hospital. Holding on to the little fragments or whatever the case may be. Maybe they should have done that, but they didn't. They lost them, whatever. But we all agree, or at least maybe you don't, that the surgeon says he pulled bullet fragments out of both of her feet and they left.
Facts. That was facts. But my radio takes what she think and what she feels.
Some fragments in her foot. We all know that that's what the surgeon says. So this is what everybody is telling me. Because again, I have not in any way, and I just want this to be clear, whether or not I associate with any, because this is the same thing that happened to me in the situation with Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan said something about a particular community. And because I attended an event, and because I have said that I love Minister Farrakhan, I appreciate him as a leader, his words became my own. So whatever my son says and how much I work with him, and I love my son, and that's my brother, and I will go to bat, I will die for my son. You can trust and believe if you watch our podcast or if you see us, we don't agree all the time on every issue. And I, as a woman, will not be told that because I'm friends with somebody, that everything they
Get her, Tamika Mallory. Get her, because that's what it is. She's friends with Tory Lanez because they were supposed to do a podcast together. They were supposed to do all that crazy stuff together. They were supposed to make sure that they was coming up in the game. But then when the Tory Lanez and the Megan stuff came up, it all messed them all up. So that's why they thinking that they still going to get in. That's why my radio going so hard.
say, believe, and do means that I believe the same. I didn't take that. But I feel like we're going off the... I'm talking about. You asked me about if people were shot, and it's about an open dialogue that go all around the world. I'm only speaking for myself. Millie, I'm not bringing
I want y'all to read the comments as they talking too at the same time.
you up here. I'm not bringing you up here to have an argument. No, this is not an argument, but you don't. You want to over talk, and you want to talk about.
But that's what Millie do. She likes to yell and scream and get people offended by her yelling and scream and thinking people going to back down because she's yelling and screaming at them. But Tamika Mallory screamed louder, okay?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about bullet fragments. When you go to court, it's not going to be about what you heard. It's going to be about what they can prove. Bringing that and unless you can show bullet fragments and that's a gun from Tory Lanez, you can't prove that there was a gun. You started and there were bullets that were put on the gun. Millie, you want to have an argument or you want to have? I don't want to have an argument. I don't want to talk about Farrakhan. I want to talk about the case. But then and I want to talk about more than page 66. So why did you bring up my son? Why did you? I told you why people in the comments were linking you to Rock. So what I'm saying to you, going back to old points. I'm talking about I'm saying to you, what you see how you keep you.
You see what my radio do? She'll keep talking because she want to sit there and she want to stubble you by her going back and forth and not allowing you to talk. This is what she do. This is what she do. If it ain't Tory Lanez she taking up for, is about Nicki Minaj. That's a different story. We be back for that.
The reason why you keep talking is because you don't want to deal with the facts of what I'm saying. No, you want to talk about Farrakhan, so and I don't want to talk about that. I'm Millie. I want to talk about the transcript. And then when I'm speaking, I would appreciate it if you don't talk over me and I won't talk over you. So I want both of us.
That's so sad because you really got to talk to her like she's a child because she be acting like a child when she get to screaming and the yelling. That's what Tamika Mallory just did to her.
You got to say. I feel like you are skating over important points. Yes, Megan was hurt. How was she hurt? We don't know. But when you go to court and you want to talk about, yes, she was shot, they will have to prove that took place. So bullet fragments missing is very important, Tamika, because that's going to prove if they have the bullet fragments, they can match them with the case and with the gun. We can show that there's a 1, 2, and a 3. If you don't even have the bullet fragments, how can you prove that? Okay. That's something essential. Okay. When people, not you, but when people you're linked with, so people in your
because she's running with the narrative that they put out there that they lost the bullet fragments, which I heard it might be true. But that's the narrative she running with it. So she going off of theories with the narrative and she's making her own theory. And that's why she goes so hard on Megan. I'm trying to tell you.
Mr. saying you would
look at her videos. Listen to what she say when it comes to Megan, okay? You think it's Cardi, she go hard on. Look at Megan.
You gonna say that anyway. People have condemned Tory. People have taken him out. He's had to go through so much. Is it innocent until proven guilty or not? We can protect both parties and stand up for both while saying we don't know. That's my point. And that's what I said. I said that has not been the tone the whole time. That's how we got here. Okay, so are you finished? And is it my turn to speak uninterrupted? Okay. We don't even have a proper question. Is it my turn to speak? Is it my turn to speak? You know what? Wait. One more thing. Let me say one more thing, and then you can talk. I'm gonna be quiet. Mm-hmm. And I also feel like more than page 66 is important. And okay, so
I'm smoking. Watch the cough.
something to the effect of, it's not about how it got there, it's about the fact that she was hurt. That's the whole reason we're here, because she's blaming someone. So if it could look like somebody else did something, then let's talk about page 59. Let's talk about it being confirmed that she had backdoored somebody, because that's what Kelsey said. Let's talk.
Because she's looking for all the things that she think is going against Megan, instead of looking at the things that's going against Megan and the things that's going against Tory. She just looking at the stuff that's going against Megan because she feel like all the blog is trying to take down Tory. No, I feel like they still post Tory when he do dumb stuff the same way they still post Megan. I don't believe it's nothing but, this delusional part that my radio always have, which it comes to. Like I said, we'll talk about that when Nicki Minaj part come up. Bye-bye.
Opening the door. Okay, so Millie, being able to speak doesn't mean you just keep running on. Respecting the conversation is you said a lot, and you asked me, and I answered you. Okay, so now it's my turn. I wanted to hit. Okay, so now it's my turn. Go ahead. So now let me speak. So number one, you brought up the fact that I'm associated with other people, and so what I'm telling you is that I also have sensitivities around that, and that's the reason why I brought up a direct situation where people have accused me just because of who I talk to and associate with, that those people's words are mine. I did not say who shot or did not shoot or whatever this Meg Thee Stallion. I did not say that. What I said is that what is most likely, and I get your point, where page it says this, that, and the third. But if a surgeon says I remove bullet fragments from this person's feet, 2 feet, right? That we know that. That's what the surgeon said.
Right.
Now what we're saying is the surgeon may have lied, because the surgeon said he removed bullet fragments from 2 feet. Here's what else we know. We know there was a gun in the vehicle that belonged to one person. It was registered in that person's name. That gun I read it was unregistered. Okay. Is that not true? What page says that it was registered to who? Hey.
She only going with the narrative that goes against anything that's not helping Tory Lanez out. We got her effed up. I'm trying to tell you, just read between these lines and look at these comments.
You listen. You might be right and I might be wrong. But that's important when we sit here and we declare things. So you're saying that the reason why I'm saying true. The reason why I'm saying that it was registered is because I read that, but that could be false information. It could be false information. It may not have been registered. I read it in a story, but it could be completely false. So that's I recall it saying that it was an unregistered weapon. Okay, that's fine. Well, what I know is that there's a gun, right, that is in a vehicle, not to the touch. Yes. Right? That was definitely fired. And there is gun residue on 2 people's hands. Right. That were in a vehicle. And there's a woman who went to the hospital and a surgeon took bullet fragments out her feet. That's what I know. Do you know what I know? I know that I live in a world where I allow that to be a possibility, but I also allow a possibility for it to be that could be false as well. Doctors don't.
Because it don't help Tory. I swear this girl is sick, yo. I swear to God, delusional to the finest. Let's keep it going. I ain't going to leave. So the doctors lied. Okay, well,
I know. I didn't say the doctor lied. I said I allow it to be a possibility. Okay, so the doctor's place. Listen, we don't know, Tamika. That's my love. I'm for you. I'm for whatever y'all want to say. So if we're saying that the doctors are lying, that's not. And that's the reason why I've been really narrow in my focus. I've been narrowing my focus with things that generally you don't find lies about.
Did y'all see that comment? I can take it back just an inch. Literally, they said, ain't no doctor lying for no black woman. And guess what? I believe it. I'm black my damn self. Just let's look at that comment. Hold on.
You're saying the surgeon may have lied because the surgeon said he removed bullet fragments from 2 feet. Here's what else we know. We know there was a gun in the vehicle that belonged to one person. It was registered in that person's name. That gun. I read it was unregistered. Okay. Is that not true? What page says that it was registered to who? Hey, you listen. But that's important when we sit here and we declare things. So you're saying that the gun belongs. The reason why I'm saying true. The reason why I'm saying that it was registered is because I read that, but I could be that could be false information. It could be false information. It may not have been registered. I read it in a story, but it could be completely false. So that's I recall it saying that it was an unregistered weapon. Okay, that's fine. Well, what I know is that there's a gun, right? That is in a vehicle, that is hot to the touch. Yes. Right? That was definitely fired. And there is gun residue on 2 people's hands. Right. That were in a vehicle. And there's a woman who went to the hospital and a surgeon took bullet fragments out her feet. That's what I know. Do you know what I know? I know that I live in a world where I allow that to be a possibility, but I also allow a possibility for it to be that could be false as well. Doctors don't lie. So the doctors lied. Okay, but I know. I didn't say the doctor lied. I said I allow it to be a possibility. Okay, so the doctor's place. We don't know, Tamika. That's all. I don't know. I'm for you. I'm for whatever y'all want to say. So if you're saying that the doctors are lying, that's not what we're saying. The officers are lying. And that's the reason why I've been really narrow in my focus. I've been narrow in my focus with things that generally you don't find lies about from police departments and hospitals. Surgeons don't say, yeah, there was bullet fragments when it really was glass. That's not something they generally do. But if we're saying that it's possible that the surgeon made up that it was bullet fragments and not whatever else, this means that the surgeon was made aware that she's going to lie on this man, or she's going to put it on this woman or these people. We're now saying that a surgeon decided to make up a story about 3 Black people. We're now deciding to say that it's a possibility because we can't put anything past anyone. Okay, so especially if we don't have bullet fragments to this day. Especially when she also told them the police department is incompetent. When they came on the scene and there was a hot gun and somebody allegedly had been shot, they went along with the fact that it had been glass because they thought it was consistent with being glass. Why wasn't there a report made right then when they got the bullet fragments out? Why did it take a certain amount of time for charges to be filed? I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying don't make it that this is the only thing it can be, because we don't know. So I'm not necessarily but this is my issue. Okay. You're doing what I think is exactly what people are accusing me, and maybe I don't know, maybe they're accusing me, maybe not. Okay, I'm not sitting here trying to come up with scenarios. The surgeon lied, that this happened and that happened. If I did that, I want to be fair. You're not coming up with scenarios, but you're telling us that the gun belongs to Tory, and you don't even know that. Millie. I'd rather come up with a theory than tell Millie. What I'm saying is, I'm not even talking about a theory, right? Because if I came up with a theory, my theory would be me trying to put together something that leans one way or the other. It's very clear to me when you said, Tory, and I've never listened to your stuff. I don't know you, but I'm glad we're meeting and having a conversation today, right? You clearly, from what I can hear, believe that it is very, very possible that Tory didn't do this and that Meg is a liar. That's coming across very clear. Not about being hurt. I want to be very clear because words get twisted. About who did it. About who did it. So I never said that he did it, or that she, or that what's her name? But do you admit or acknowledge that you imply that when you tell the whole audience that the gun in the car belonged to him? When the paperwork does not say that? So Millie, right? That may be true, but this is, again, you just corrected me, and I'm gonna go get my business straight, make sure, and I'm a person that will come back and say, just so everybody knows, Tory's lawyers are saying that this is not his gun, or it wasn't registered, and I'm wrong. I will come back and say that. You are the reason why I went and read the transcripts, which is why I'm saying the things I'm saying now. Right, but that's why I'm saying everybody. I'm saying go to page 89. What I'm saying to you is that if I'm wrong about whose gun it is, or if his lawyers are even trying to prove or saying, or they even using that it wasn't his gun, right? If that is the case, I am more than willing to come back and say, hey, I want to make sure I say this because I don't want to put the wrong information out there. But from all accounts that I've read and from the transcripts getting into it, it appears to me, and I read a story, and again, I'm saying very clearly that I read a story that said it was registered. If it was unregistered, now that means there's another problem that there was an unregistered gun that's in the vehicle. Mm-hmm. So we're going to the side. But the things that I'm not giving you theory. I'm not coming up with a theory. I'm not coming up with the possibilities of anything. I'm not making up what I think could be and what it also could not be.
Oh yeah, this the part when it's gonna be back and forth. It ain't over though.
That is found hot to the touch in the car in front of a person who happens to be the defendant. And
but wait, though, if you read the transcript, so you know Megan was sitting right there before him, then don't you?
Megan was right before him. Megan.
Yeah, just a little second.
Of the passengers in front of the passenger seat. He wasn't originally sitting there.
Okay, but when you say originally, see, Millie, we're not talking about original. We're talking about when the officers came.
The weapon or who could have pulled out a weapon.
I'm talking about when.
There.
I'm not talking
there too.
But Millie, the gun is shot while she's out the car. So we're not talking about what happened at 10 p.m. Right. But what do you mean? So she was in the car when she got shot?
Do we know? Can she tell you where she was? Was she walking backwards? Where was Millie? So you're
telling... Look, Tamika Mallory is like, bitch, what? She really want to be like, what the fuck? Is you dumb? Like, yo, this bitch is really dumb. Yes, my radio is dumb.
Where was she?
So there's blood in the car? There's blood in the car?
Is there?
There's splattered blood from a shot. If somebody, so you're telling me that all hit somebody's foot from a gun that is fired from a gun. From a gun that is fired in a vehicle and there's no holes in the vehicle.
You that I don't know what was in the vehicle, but
Millie, we're not talking again
when Kelsey opened the door and started.
Millie did it. Did y'all see that comment?
Like niggas out
6ix9ine
vehicle and there's no holes in the vehicle.
You that I don't.
That Meg got shot in the car. If you're telling me that it's possible that she was inside the vehicle when the fragments hit her foot, or even the glass. Is the glass in the car?
I'm not telling you that.
Okay, so we're on the same page that she's outside the... But listen, we're on the same page that more than likely she's outside the car. So whether or not she was sitting on top of the car, under the roof, wherever, at the time that the police pulled the car over, the gun is in front of a person who also has gunpowder on his hands as well as somebody else's vehicle.
But you can't.
For me, that's the only thing that matters to me.
But that implies a certain thing.
What is the other truth? What is the other truth?
The other truth is that he wasn't the only person that was sitting. They moved seats. So who knows who who was relevant to? You can't make that gun belong to Tory because of seat placement or the fact that it was his car. I see my son in the comments saying he was arrested for gun possession because it was his car.
Right.
Who is the gun?
And that matters. And that actually matters.
That does matter.
Means that that actually matters. But at the end of the day,
I'm gonna take the fall.
At the end of the day, here's the deal. Whatever you want to say, and I hear you, maybe the surgeon made it up. Maybe
the comments said,
y'all can do all of that, and I respect you doing what you feel. I respect you doing what you feel you need to do. So if you need to go do maybe and possibly and theory and could be and this and that, y'all do that. I'm only doing what is,
and you're saying around what you're saying, and you're trying to belittle what I'm saying. And
I'm not trying to belittle. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to belittle.
If any human wants to come before you and say this is what happened and point out a scenario before you start tearing somebody down, not you.
Where did I tell me where?
Tell me, Millie. In general, Millie. No. We're not talking about in general. Yes, we are. We're not talking about theory. That's for the people. We have a whole audience. Millie. Before people start condemning him, possibilities. That's Millie. That's where baby comes in. Millie. Ma'am. We're not talking about possibility. We're not talking about maybe. You said I'm tearing somebody down. When I am I did not agree to that. Okay, but I'm not. But you said before you tear somebody down. So I'm not tearing anybody down. I am stating what is factual based upon what I read in the report. Not what you said, not what academics said, not what Black 100 said, not what my son said, not what anybody said. I'm speaking to what is in the report. You know what I'm gonna speak to? How my son was sitting in your comments and say the security guard could have shot her, but you've been condemning Tory for. He said the security. It's the way to sit here now, and y'all start even playing with the idea. Wait a minute. He said that the security guard. That's what my son said. He said the security guards could have shot her, but when my problem is the fact that y'all have set up and made a scenario the truth because that's what somebody told you. When we ought to protect Black people. Okay, protect Millie. No. But
Millie only want to scream. Well, she do scream that shit a whole lot. She is Black power. She is with us Black people. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie because I ain't gonna just doubt all that because she do be about us. But she's messy as fuck. Like the bitch is messy, and she just want to sit here and get clout off sitting there taking up for Tory Lanez, hoping that Tory Lanez win. I don't care if he fucking win or lose. I don't care if Megan win or lose. I don't give a fuck about none of these people. Okay, because they ain't involved in my everyday life. You hear me? What they do ain't gonna make me do nothing. Okay,
Millie. I don't care what my son said. I don't care what this one said and that said. I know that Tory Lanez, right, on the Shade Room in his comments, I know that Tory Lanez, when somebody said Kelsey shot her, he wrote in the comments, right? He wrote, that's not true. That's what he said, right? So that means it's a whole lot of people that could be lying and making up stuff and this and that, and everybody could say whatever they want to say. You got your perspective. He said that it's not true. She texted somebody that he shot her. Meg said this happened. This one got this, and that one has that. I'm the only person that's not trying to go with who may have shot her or who did it and who did. I'm only going with very specific facts because what I have been seeing people say is only Kelsey had gunpowder on her hands. I've been seeing people say that there's no evidence of him touching the gun. Those things are not true. So we don't know, right? We don't know. And I'm not willing to sit here and tell you 100% Tory definitely shot Meg. I don't know that. She said that. She got every right to say what happened from her perspective or what she says happened to her. He has every right to say he didn't do it. Kelsey has every right to say whatever she's saying. But that's not what I'm talking about. Everybody can debate that. The only thing I'm focused on is that there is a gun in a car that is hot and a surgeon who says he removed fragments from her feet, right? And an officer who says the gun is placed in a certain area and that there's gunpowder on two people's hands. That's it. But now maybe it was the glass and maybe the surgeon lied and there's this scenario and that scenario. And I'm just saying that I don't know exactly who did what, but I do know these particular things that are facts. That's all I'm saying. Of opinion with any of that. The whole thing is, because that's why I feel like it's misinterpreted and not listening to what's actually being said. I don't disagree with you with that. We do need to listen to everybody. We don't know. But we were never given a chance to focus on the injury because we were instructed as a community to tear down the alleged person that did it. That is where our problem lies. We weren't given a chance to, once again, we could have been had a conversation about Megan being hurt and saying, let's uplift her because that's horrible that happened. Days after she even announced it, she sat up and she pointed a finger and said, hey, this is what happened and this is the person that did it. And she made it feel like we had to choose about going forward and say protect Black women. If you're defending him because you have a question about something, then you must be against me. F anybody stands with him or who believes him. You must be paid or you must be fucking him if that's the case. That is ridiculous that people will make somebody feel wrong.
Yeah, I don't agree with none of that.
Nobody.
I don't agree. I don't agree with any of that. I've never said any of those things. I don't agree with that. I believe there's a victim who also deserves support. So the same support that people are willing to give to, and if we say that we are for Black people, then that should include her, right?
It should include her, and it should
include him. Okay, so if we all agree that we for all Black people, then we should be able to say, since there is gunpowder on two people's hands, what we should not do. This is forget the gunpowder thing. I already said that. But what we should not do is even try to maneuver the idea that fragments didn't hit her foot just because the hospital may have lost the few pieces. That to me is where I can't. At that point, I can't go any further. Because the surgeon, I do not believe, not even for 1 second, am I willing to sit here and agree that it's possible that the surgeon made up that he took bullet fragments out of her feet. I'm not willing to do that. That's where, at that point, if anybody wants to try to tell me anything other than that, that's where I start to feel like they have other motives. At that point. Because the woman has bullet fragments. The fact that the hospital lost the fragments, that's on them. That's not on her. She's got fragments in her foot.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know why it's important to somebody like me that possibility exists? It's because I'm thinking of it coming from the standpoint of being somebody working like it's a criminal justice situation. It is. So I have a criminal justice mind. So for me, babe, I've seen 101 times where a fucking doctor lied. Somebody falsified a report to go along with. We're not talking about Sally and Billy from up the street.
Okay. We're okay, babe. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I, all of us have.
Tamika Mallory is over this shit because she see where it's going. No, bitch, you just want to make it that Tory was not wrong and Tory ain't the one that's being prosecuted or being blamed for it, or he ain't the one that's on trial for it. So let the goddamn trial say whatever it has to. That's the part, and you can tell Tamika Mallory is over going back and forth with her with it.
Have our things that we just can't do, and I cannot have a conversation that the woman was possibly not shot. That's something I refuse. I refuse to get into that. She was shot. Bottom line. Who shot her is a different conversation, but we can't say we love all Black people. We can't say that we love all Black people and not be willing to admit, because by the way, it's not just that the surgeon says there were fragments in her feet that he removed or she removed, but then also there's a hot to the touch gun and there's gunpowder on people's hands. So it's likely that she was shot. And I'm unwilling
about any other possibilities.
I'm not willing to go with other possibilities.
Introduce glass. Don't be mad.
I'm not willing to go with other possibilities. I'm not willing to do that.
Other possibilities.
I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to So I'm telling you flat out, no. I am not willing to go with other possibilities that she was not shot. I'm only willing to go with one thing. The surgeon says there was fragments in her foot. A gun was fired. It was hot. And there is gun residue on two people's hands. That's the...
Yeah.
And you did this, and you feel this, and this, and there's this theory, and that theory, and this, and that, and they slept together, and then this one was mad, and that happened, and she lied over here, and then the third. You could do that all day long. I respect that if that's what you want to do. But I am unwilling, in any way, shape, or form, that she was not shot, and that there is not a hot gun with residue on two people's hands.
That I'm not willing to do.
If you're done now, then cool. But we've been doing that because, like I said, we
so that's it. Then we on the same page because that's all I said. I never said who did it. I never said who did it. I said several times for the last hour and some change that I've been on this live that we do not know. So she's a liar. That's fine. But now we're saying I'm not talking about she's a liar. The surgeon is a liar. The cops are the liars.
Was a liar.
The cops are the liars. Kelsey is a liar. Kelsey's a liar. The cops are liars. The Meg is a liar. The surgeon is a liar.
Who knows?
And Tori, who even says in a message that it's not true that Chelsea shot her or Kelsey shot her. He's a liar too. Everybody's a liar. Everybody's a liar. But the thing that is not a lie is the black and white paper that says there's gun residue on two people's hands.
Did they test Megan for gunshot residue?
Who?
Did they test Megan for gunshot residue?
I don't know.
So did they gunshot residue on her hands?
But here, okay, so she shot herself.
I didn't tell you that. I asked
you. So again, still
gunshot residue on her hands since that show.
But let's just say she did. So then that means that they have to be able to prove that she shot the gun down to the ground. Like, let's just stop playing around.
No, let us stop playing around.
Let's stop playing because that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Is that people are trying to manipulate. It don't need to be manipulated. There's residue on two people's hands.
Could be three.
So therefore, there could be the scenario could be either way. That's it.
But
it's residue on two people's hands.
You keep on implying things that would lead one to believe it's a particular person when you don't know what all has been rolled out. You don't.
So when I just said that there's residue on two people's hands,
you don't know if Megan was even tested.
Oh, okay, Millie. Sweetie, I appreciate you, but
I do not.
When you started off saying that it's possible she wasn't even shot, and now the surgeon's a liar, maybe, and all of this and that, I appreciate the conversation, and God bless you. Go in peace, and we'll see how it all plays out. But we're not going to change the facts. That's not going to happen.
Who's wrong information but you?
What?
You're the one giving wrong information.
So you're saying that
not me.
There's not residue on both people's hands?
You said the gun was registered to Tori.
But I also corrected myself in the same conversation.
That don't change the fact that you...
No, it does change. It does change. Because you know what happens?
You did.
When people are honest, they can say something that's wrong. When people are honest, they can say, when a person is honest, they can say, I said that. Ask questions.
It's about to stop in like 2 seconds though, but oh my God.
Be wrong. And if you correct yourself when you do or say something, we are not perfect human beings. We are responsible for correcting ourselves when we are wrong.
You see that comment right there? Millie got the attention she wanted for her YouTube. Like on some real, it's all about algorithm. It's all about being posted. I'm trying to tell you, this right here is all about algorithm. It's all about being posted. It's all about getting your views up. It's all about everything else but suffer you coming on here, giving your commentary on how you feel or what it is, or doing your life story on here or whatever else. Like, but no, my radio go a mile with this. Like, I'm trying to tell you, she be out of pocket. And look, once again, you're a child, and now you're gonna go on station head. And you're going to sit there and think you about to read her and think you about to be all hype and celebrity-fied like Tasha K. And this is why Tasha K is still in fucking court. She got somebody else suing her. Did y'all know that? Huh? I let y'all wait until it come out, okay? because that's what a lot of blogs don't do, and that's what a lot of people don't do. They don't sit back and wait for facts. They sit back and post what somebody else posted, or because my radio sit there and do exactly what I'm doing. Go right on somebody else's page and get all of the news, but then repost it to her page. Like, come on, like. What do you need to be all in the algorithm for? So you could be up and you already doing enough by being a Nicki Minaj fan. Delusional. Like that's the part that really don't make no sense, and that's the part I really don't get because is at a point now where she goes so hard for these people. Her Black T. When it comes to Nicki Minaj, you got her. You got Black T Blog. You got somebody named Qua. You got 50 million channels that brings down other people just to keep they queen on top. When in reality, if she's a queen, she's a queen. I'm not saying if because she is a queen. Everybody is a queen. I'm a queen. You a queen. If ain't nobody tell you you a queen, bitch, you a queen. Fuck you talking about. That's where I get so confused at though. Like she just want to do shit to try to be known. She get mad at other people because she been working with Ra Ali for the past 2 to 3, maybe 4 years after she started going so hard for Nicki Minaj, and everybody thought Ra Ali wasn't cool with Nicki Minaj no more and all that bullshit like that. This shit right here is fucking fake. Is really fake because my video is fake, and that's all she want to do is ask for her $20. Now y'all drop $20 in my eyes since this bitch always asks for $20 because I get to get y'all $20 of her views. It's like no, I want that shit. But let me tell y'all something. On some real shit, like she be really out of fucking pocket, and it really don't make no fucking sense. It's sad. It's sad. Like the people in the comments, they not stupid. Slow as fuck. Okay? Like real shit. The bitch is slow.
But we are not responsible for being perfect. That is a ploy that is used to try to discredit anybody who does.
You hear her? Like real shit. And the comments know what it is. And I think she trying to pull this Tasha K thing because as you know, Tasha K did not care that she lied on people or she's lying on people just to make herself famous out here. She think all this stuff is games. She's happy. She played a narrative that the bitch got locked up and they was fucking lying just to try to push the narrative. You done made it up to 1 million subscribers with talking about everybody, which that's no problem because we have our own minds, we can talk. But when you go and you lying on people and you pushing a narrative to something, that's the part where you get out of pocket, and this is the problem. This the problem. My radio is a fucking problem. Like that's the fucking problem right there. Like no, like this shit right here. She know what she be doing. Check the comments out. Like she know what she be doing. And let me tell you something. When it comes to her comments, when it comes to anything of Nicki Minaj being posted, when it comes to anything of her, if they feel like she don't like the person, trust me, her people is going to be in the motherfucking comments, okay? Her people gonna be in there and they gonna be all familiar. She deletes people. That's why I can't comment on there, and that's facts. I cannot make a comment on there, and it been for years now because she don't like when you try to push a different narrative than what she's trying to push. And the narrative that she's trying to push is that no, whoever she fucks with, she gonna go hard for, and she ain't gonna stop going hard for him. That's what it sounds like to me. But I'm gonna leave y'all on that note, okay? Because let me tell you, this shit right here is bigger than me and you. So now I might come back because I want to see what she got to say. Let's see if she live. You know, I'm gonna push her to see if she live. See
If
how
you don't
long we
want to
got.
miss a moment of my radio,
Oh, she
don't
about to
forget to
come on, yo. I
subscribe,
think I'm gonna
follow, and
stay
turn your
on
notifications
now.
on. A quick click and you
I
can
think
stay
I'm
in the
gonna
mix.
stay on.
I
We
hope to
gotta
see you
hear what
there.
she got to say. Or should I come back? Tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments. Let me know. Should I come back? Should I come back? Yeah, I'm gonna come back because it's 13 minutes and I'm not gonna sit here and just run y'all up like that, you know, because I told y'all this is her squad right here, baby. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give my little commentary, okay, about what she had to say about what they talked about because she childish, so she gonna start coming at Tamika Mallory and she gonna start tearing her down and coming for her for every little goddamn thing. This is my girl right here. I like her page. She be on these bitches' necks, okay? I do fucks with her. I do fucks with her. I do fucks with her, okay? Y'all can go try to holler at her. All right, you hear me? She be spitting little shit. She be putting little shit up here. You know, jerky dirt. You got that shit going on. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, she be on station here. And I ain't never catch her station here though, but she be putting this shit up, and she definitely be keeping us updated. Okay. I fucks with her. Go follow her. Okay. The Black Joan Rivers. She hot. Okay. One day catch her live, but. I'm gonna leave y'all with that, and I'm gonna come back when Millie go live again. Okay, you hear me? Just out here trying to get it like, share, and subscribe. Let's get it. Go in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about what I just talked about, and tell me. Let's do it in the comments. Is my radio trash? Is my radio delusional? Is she just don't care because she want to get her views up like Tasha K? Let me know in the comments. Let's get it, okay? I'll be back with my commentary about the bullshit. All right. Bye bye.